I set up a Stellarium to run a simulation of the June 10th, 2021 annular solar eclipse as it will be viewed from Montreal. It will not be annular in Montreal because Montreal is too far to the east of the path of annularity, where you can see the moon inside the sun, as it were, forming a ring. When it's directly centrally aligned with the sun. Montreal's too far east to see that, but we will see quite a strong partial solar eclipse. If you want to see the actual annular eclipse, you need to go to northern Ontario, northern Quebec, and Nunavut. A good place to see it would be the north shore of Lake Superior, just a little bit east of Thunder Bay. I see my battery's almost done, so I'm going to run through this quickly now and hopefully get the thing before the battery dies. So I'm just going to click on the minutes here. It's currently at 4:15 a.m. on the 10th of June 2021. And up here we see the sun just coming up over the horizon here. So it's just starting to poke up, looking like a shark's fin, which I might add, I think, some ancient seafaring coastal people did see this. They did see this shark's fin coming out of the water or sinking into it, and I do believe that some shark gods, shall we say, or orca gods for that matter, mythical orcas, mythical sharks may well have been inspired by this phenomena. I think I need to take a closer look at certain fish gods, as it were. But anyway, now we see the sun, it's now coming up for 4:16 a.m. and you see a real shark's fin there. Coming up over the horizon. Now this is, by the way, the horizon's an artificial horizon. It's the simplest horizon I could get. Like, they have different landscapes and this and that. This is actually the Mars horizon. I chose it because it's flat and featureless. So here we see, and we can see below the horizon here, we can see the crescent. So it's coming up in a crescent. But as it comes up over the horizon, we only see part of that crescent. We only see the upper half. And yes, it does look rather like the fin of a shark cutting through, water, if it was actually water. If this was the ocean, and you saw this orange gold shark's fin coming out of it, or sinking into it, and you were, as I said, an ancient seafaring person, you might come up with some ideas about a mythical shark god or whale god or orca god. So let's run through this quickly now. Okay, so there we go. I just put the, so that's what it's going to look like, sort of rolling across the face of the sun. The sunspot is just a simulation too. There may or may not be sunspots. So let's run back. I don't know if we can go backwards through that. Yeah, so we go backwards through the... So the screen's getting brighter, as the sun rises higher in the sky. But that's what it's going to look like here in Montreal. Sort of the moon. Whoops, maybe went a bit too quickly there. Yeah, so how are we doing for the battery? No, we're okay. So we're 4 minutes into this diatribe monologue. We're back to the shark's fin coming up over the horizon at around 4:15, 4:16. Let's go to 4:17. So basically doesn't take very long for it to make a significant difference in terms of what you're seeing at the horizon. Like even a minute is making a significant difference. Let's go to 18. 18, it's almost completely above the horizon. So in the space of 2 or 3 minutes as it's coming up over the horizon, there are some fairly significant changes. You're going from just seeing the upper part here of the crescent to being able to pretty well see the whole crescent here. So as we can see, the moon is covering the sun at least a third, but not quite half, as it's coming up over the horizon. And then it sort of goes across from south to north, as it were, right to left. So just slowly going through here. So as we can see, the moon crossing the sun somewhat higher than the sun, because we're out of the path of annularity. So that's what happens, and so you get a nice crescent here. We can see here, see, this is actually quite interesting, because I've been speaking about this recently. There actually is an ancient symbol which shows the moon cradling the sun, and it's a sun-moon conjunction symbol. It's almost the opposite of this. The symbol has the moon in crescent form cradling the sun, and it is to indicate the union of the sun and the moon in a solar eclipse, and it's basically a reversal of what we see here in an actual partial solar eclipse. In fact, the more I think about it, the more I think I'm going to have another look at some of those symbols and see if they can be interpreted in this reverse fashion. It's pretty obvious that they can't. It's pretty obvious that in most cases, the vast majority of cases, it's clearly the sun that is being embraced, cradled, whatever term you want to use, by the crescent moon. But nonetheless, maybe there are some examples where it's the opposite. I'll have to look into that. So that's it. That's what we're going to see in Montreal at around, between 4:15 and, let's say, 5:15? Does it take about an hour to cross here? Maybe a bit longer than an hour. 12. Okay, let's see. Let's keep going here and see what time it is when we're done. Okay, so that's the end. So 5:38, 5:40. So basically a little over an hour for the moon to cross over the face of the sun. We'll just go backwards one more time. Here we go. So that's it. So if I don't make my way to the north shore of Lake Superior to get the actual annular eclipse, I will try to get this in Montreal. And that's it for now.